There are three basic types of annuities. There's a fixed annuity, a variable annuity, and an indexed annuity. Now we're going to cover the fixed and the variable annuities on a different video. But for this video, I just want to focus on the fixed indexed annuity. By the way, it's the only one I would use unless someone needs immediate income. But other than that, if an annuity is a good fit, and because of the type of client that works best with us, an indexed annuity typically is our best choice of the three types of annuities available. Now let me give you the top 5 reasons why people consider this type of an investment. And by the way, the type of client that generally seeks us out. Number 1, they're tired of the ups and downs of the market and ready to get off the roller coaster with some of their money. Number 2, they're in the danger zone. That's the retirement period of time where you can't afford to lose money. This is really important. The danger zone is 7 to 10 years before you retire and about 7 to 10 years after you retire, where you just can't lose money because it could devastate your retirement dreams. You'd be surprised how many people have the largest percentage of their assets still at risk to the very day they retire. Talk about rolling the dice. I guess they missed all the horror stories of those who wanted to retire back in 2008 when the market turned their 401k into a 201k almost overnight. Many lost up to half of their assets in their portfolios and could no longer afford to retire. Well, I encourage you not to make that mistake. Number 3, they don't want to give up on getting a competitive return on their money. Number 4, they'd like to have some of their money safe and guaranteed. And number 5, they want to assure they will have income the rest of their life, no matter how long they live. If any one of those or several of those reasons strikes a chord with you, then you'll want to listen further. Let me also put on the table that most annuities are designed for long-term holds. They aren't made to buy and sell, jump in and jump out of. Now, they don't charge a fee to get in, and they don't charge annual management fees. They do have what's called a surrender charge, which means if you took all your money out at one time during that period, there'd be a cost to do so. For that reason, again, an annuity has to fit your time horizon. Now, since there's no charge to take income, if you manage this correctly, you shouldn't have a cost to get in and you shouldn't have a cost to take your lifetime income. Some annuities have what are called riders. These riders can do several things. Some riders are built to enhance your income for life, some to enhance your death benefit, and some to assure that your money will grow at a certain growth rate each year. Now, riders do have a cost, so make sure the annuity fits well with your situation and that if you choose a rider, that it's a rider that is enhancing your objectives. You don't want to add a rider that you'll never use. That's not very efficient. However, a rider that adds even more benefit to your objective can be worthwhile to have. You know, I've always said there's no such thing as a perfect investment. Every investment has some give and take. You simply want to find the investment that fits the majority of your objectives best. Then you probably found the right thing for you. An indexed annuity is quite remarkable for so many who are concerned about safety, growth, and income during retirement. Okay, so every time I tell someone how an indexed annuity works overall, they're puzzled. For instance, when I tell them that there's a way to participate on the return when the market goes up, but not lose any money if the market goes down, they look at me kind of funny. You can almost hear them whisper, "What? That's not possible, is it? That's not what their stocks or their mutual funds or their 401ks do. Those investments go down when the market drops, and they have to suffer those losses and hope that they come back again." No one ever told them that they could get returns when the market goes up, but have a smile on their face when the market tanks because they can't lose when it goes down. Once they get past that and realize that it is possible, they wonder why everyone doesn't own an indexed annuity. Well, an indexed annuity is designed to participate when the market rises, but its worst year is zero. We often say that zero is our hero. I mean, think about it. While your friends and colleagues are getting beat up when the market drops 10, 20, 50%, you lose nothing. Did you know that if you lose 20% in a market downturn, the market has to go up 25% just to get back to where you were? If you lose 40%, it takes a return of 66% just to get back where you were, and a drop of 50% takes a market surge of 100% just to get back where you were before the market plummeted. This is an important concept because so many people think if the market goes down 20%, then up 20%, that they're break even, but that's not true. This is why losses can have a massive impact and a negative impact on your investments, and why zero return in the market collapse is really a hero for you. If the market goes crazy, you get to go up as well. It's kind of the best of both worlds. An indexed annuity will participate with the market, which means it may not go up 100% of the index on the upside. However, I've seen that changing these past few years as innovation brings with it some very attractive results. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose that you'll get 70% of the index on the upside, but again, no losses on the downside. For many, that's a nice trade-off. And by the way, very few money managers beat the index anyway, but that's another story. Okay, we have $100,000 to invest. Now let's say that in the first year, the market goes up 10%. Well, we would get credited 7% or 70% of the upside. Now the following year, the market drops 10%. Remember, our worst year is 0, so we stay flat. The next year, market goes up 10%, we go up 7%. The next year, the market goes down 10%, again, we stay flat. The following year, it does it again. Market goes up 10%, we go up 7%. Then in the last year, it goes down percent once more, and we stay flat. Now, Wall Street would tell you that you're back to break even. After all, we had 3 up years of 10%, 3 down years of 10%. They say you average 0, but the truth is you're down to just over $97,000. You've actually lost money, and they've not accounted for the fees paid to the mutual fund or the broker yet. Want to know what's worse? If this is in a mutual fund or an active managed account, in the years it went up, you had to pay taxes on the gains, unless, of course, it was in a 401k or an IRA. So your true account value, minus fees and taxes, could be far less. To make matters worse, as I said earlier, most mutual funds and active managers don't beat the index anyway. So if the index did go up 10%, there's a good chance your money managers didn't. Oh, and in the years you lose money, your money managers still charge you a fee. So it's kind of a double whammy. Now let's see what the annuity value is. With only 3 good years of 7% growth, but 3 years of 0, we'd have $122,504, a gain of 22.5% in the same time the index lost 3%. Now, of course, this is fictitious as the market doesn't cycle this efficiently, but you get the idea. You don't have to give up on the upside, and the downside can be contained to 0, and that's a huge benefit. If this did occur in the market index and we were above the index by 22%, the index may never catch us. The moral of the story is this: not losing money may be more important than speculation and gambling for a high rate of return, particularly when you're in that danger zone. The other advantage to an indexed annuity is income. Did you know if you had a pension and then retired, there's a good chance the company you retired from would buy an immediate annuity for them to pay out your pension benefits each month the rest of your life. See, annuity companies are really good at mortality and risk management. They're experts in when it comes to generating and guaranteeing an income for life. You can take advantage of their expertise and also lock in an income that you can't outlive no matter how long you live. A while back, there was a study done on what makes people happy in retirement. Do you know what the top 3 results were? They were good neighbors, good friends, and a steady paycheck for life. So they went on to say that those with a steady and predictable paycheck, that they lived longer and healthier lives as well. Seems having an income stream is a good thing in retirement. Imagine that. One of the most important things that you can do is set yourself up for an income that you can't outlive. And this isn't just speculation, it's actually math and science. There are other considerations as well, such as where your money is now, when you want to start taking income. And by the way, you don't have to take income either. It can be a nice tool just to build your wealth, preserve your money from the market losses, and pass it on to your heirs. There are many indexed annuities. Each one is structured just a bit differently. So you want to make sure you match up the one that fits your overall objectives best. In other words, are you looking towards accumulation, building up your capital, taking income soon, delaying income for a few years, just to name a few? There have been some huge leaps in innovation the past decade when it comes to indexed annuities. There are some tremendous benefits that you can get that were not available even just a few short years ago. But again, you want to match up any of these benefits with your objectives. Finally, make sure if this is something that you'd like to at least explore further, that you talk to somebody who's competent. There are a lot of advisors who don't have a clue, and that's not going to help you at all. If the advisor's objective is to get your assets under management and charge you a fee, you may not even get to see what an indexed annuity is and how it could possibly work for you.